Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk about the first time that I got drunk. This was last year, and 2019. I was almost 19 years old, and I had never ever had alcohol in my life, except for one time when I tasted like Bacardi with Coke. And it was like also when I was 18 still. Like I tasted it once and that's it. This is so weird. I already get like so tipsy, like super tipsy, like it's almost drunk already. I think it's already drunk. Like after one glass. It was my friend's birthday, like an old colleague, and we were going like all the colleagues, well, few colleagues. We went to the party because she threw a party, she turned 21, and she threw a party in like she rented a place or something. I went to one of my old colleagues' house. Um, and I went there, and she was there already, and another old colleague was there already as well. And we were still waiting for another girl, and we would just like meet up there and then drink something. Then we would go to the apartment of two guys, and we were gonna drink there something as well, and then we would go to that place to the party with the bus. It's like only like I think 15 minutes or something with the bus, or 20 maybe. So I had never had a drink before really, and they were like, "Oh, taste this, taste that." It was like Malibu with coconut flavor and some other things like Bacardi and stuff with like that. So I had two glasses. Like one was like the Malibu drink, and the other one was Bacardi, I think. And they say that if you mix, or no, if you drink like different strong alcohols or whatever you call that, then it's not gonna turn out great. Like, I don't know what they mean with that. I think they mean as in you get drunk more easily. I was already like laughing about nothing. Like, it was so funny. Like, nothing was funny, but it was funny. And I just started laughing about nothing. Like, it was just like randomly laughing. So at some point, the third girl finally arrived, and then we left to the two guys that we still had to pick up to their apartment. And so we arrived there, and everyone was like, okay, no more alcohol for you, because we walked over there. It was like 5 minutes or something, 10 minutes maybe. But I couldn't walk by myself. Like already, like after those two drinks, I couldn't walk by myself, so I had to lean on my friends. And so we arrived there at the apartment of the two guys, and I just laid on the couch, and at some point I was like this. Like, was almost laying down, and I didn't notice, and they were like, "Are you sleeping?" And I'm like, "No." And I started laughing, and they wouldn't allow me to drink because they were like, "No, you need to drink Coke or water now without alcohol." And I was like, "Why?" Because I didn't understand. I didn't know anything about alcohol. So then we had to go to the party because it was like 10 or something, I don't know. And no, I think a bit later than 10 in the evening. And so I was like, okay, but I have to go to the toilet first. And I couldn't go, I couldn't even walk, I couldn't stand up without falling. And then people were like, okay, we're gonna help you in the toilet. I went to the toilet, and my two friends had to stay inside in the toilet in a little space with me, because they were like, you cannot go to the toilet alone, we have to help you. Like, okay, with walking they have to help me, but not actually going to the toilet. But they were just like, I was like, turn around, don't look, and then they would just like turn around. So after that I didn't drink anymore, of course, and I wasn't really allowed to. But then we walked to the bus stop. We went inside the bus, and we went to sit down, and I fell asleep in the bus. fell asleep on the bus, like within 5 minutes or something. But I was also like nauseous, and then when I woke up, this was on the bus, okay? So like one friend was sitting next to me, and the two other girls were sitting in front of us, and the two guys were like sitting, I don't know, like behind us or something. So I was asleep, kind of, I was asleep on the bus, and then I threw up and I woke up at the same time on the bus. The girl sitting next to me, she was like, "Oh my god, guys, she threw up." And I was like, "Me?" I was like, "Huh, what's happening? Did I really throw up?" And so they were like, "Okay, doesn't matter. We're here already, so we're going to get out of the bus anyway." So we went out of the bus, and then people were trying to like, clean me up and stuff like that. And they were like, "Okay, but you have to act normal, like as if you're not too drunk or anything, because the guards or whatever they're called, like the bodyguards, like that are outside." I was like so far gone, and like the bodyguard would have noticed that and would have said like, "Oh no, you cannot come in." So that's why I had to lean on someone, as if we're just like, like leaning on each other, like, arm in arm, but actually I was kind of leaning on them. And the bodyguard was like, "Okay, go in." I was like, "Oh, I'm lucky with that." But so this is the even weird part, because okay, we came there. I said hi to the person that turned 21, like the girl who turned 21, and we gave her like a card with money in it as a little present. And there was like this dance floor, and then it was also like a little part where you could come in, and exit the room. And then there was like tables with chips and little drinks on them, and then there was this part that had like bathrooms. Okay, so I came there and I was like so upset because I had thrown up, and I was so emotional. And I was like, and at some point I couldn't stand anymore, and there were no like chairs like on the side or something so you could sit. So I just sat on the ground and I started crying, and everyone was coming like to help me. And like also strangers, they're nice, but I don't know them. And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sad. Like, I threw up on the bus." And they were like, "That's no problem. I did that 3 times already." This girl was like coming up to me and saying like, "You have to get something into your system, like eat these chips." And I was like, I didn't know the girl, and she was like giving me chips. And I was like crying, like not I had cried before, but like I was like still a bit emotional, so I was like, "Oh my god, you're giving me your chips?" 10 seconds later, I was like laughing my ass off. I'm like laughing about nothing, and then I realized that I'm just laughing about nothing, and that's funny, and I laugh even more. At some point, I was fine. And at least I was better, and I had some mints, because I threw up, and I had some chips, and I cleaned myself up. And so there was this point I was like trying to like, yeah, I had never been to like a party at all, like no alcohol, no party, no going out. I didn't do that ever. That stuff, I never did that, like never ever. So at some point I went to the bathroom. Like there was this long hallway with bathrooms, and there's like this light with sensor. So if there's like no one there, the lights go off, and if someone walks to a bathroom, then the lights go on again. I was just walking there and the lights went on, and I was like, "Oh my god." Like I know what it is, but I made a joke to some strangers that were also like there, standing there near the bathrooms, like, "Oh my god, there's ghosts here." And they were like, "Whoa, really?" And then we were like, "Oh my god, toilet ghosts, like bathroom ghosts." And then we went looking for ghosts in the toilets. We actually went looking for ghosts. Like me and some strangers. We're just looking for ghosts in the toilet. Like literally in the pot, we would be like, are there ghosts here? And like a year later, like I'm 19, almost 20 now. A few weeks ago, I went to another party and it was like at night and it was like a 80s, 90s music party. But before that, we stayed at my boyfriend's house to drink a bit. And I had like one glass of like Jack Daniels with Coke or something. I was already like nauseous and I was like this on the table. What you have to do is before you go to sleep is drink a lot of water or Coke or something. But like a lot, like not just one glass, maybe like 5 glasses. And the next morning you won't even have a headache or be nauseous. Maybe a really tiny bit if you have really been super, 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 super drunk the night before. But yeah, like I said, just drink a lot of water because I have never like woken up with, oh my god, I have such a headache after this night out and I am too hungover to work or stuff like that. Like, just drink a lot of water before you go to sleep. Like, I've never experienced like an actual hangover because I'm this smart. Subscribe or watch more or like and whatever it is what YouTubers say nowadays. Yeah, bye. Bye.